Hey guys, yesterday we learned how to use sine, cosine, and tangent. And today we're going to learn what if we don't, and that if we have an angle. And this time we don't have an angle, so we're going to learn how to use the inverse of sine, inverse of cosine, and the inverse of tangent. And the first thing I want you to look at is let's make sure that our calculator has degree written right here. Mine says radians. So what we're going to do is change, we're going to go to settings. We've got to go to document settings, change this angle to degree, press OK, and then you should be good. It needs to be on degrees for you to get the correct answer. So let's begin right here. All right, it is saying that some angle that we don't know equals, I see an opposite, and we've got a hypotenuse. So opposite over hypotenuse, remember, is sine. So normally we would say the sine of whatever angle they give us equals 15 over whatever they're wanting. But since we don't know the angle, we're going to use the inverse of sine to find out. So let's go on to over here, and we're going to press the trig function. Let's get to the scratch pad first. Okay. Trig function, we're going to say the inverse of sine, so the one that has the -1, then we'll do 15 divided by 24, and it's giving us 38.6, and I don't know if it gave us any directions to the nearest degree. So the nearest degree in this sense, I think is 39 degrees because we would round up, so let's write 39 degrees. Let's try the next one. They are giving us an adjacent and the hypotenuse. And remember, it's so, ka, toa. So if they're giving us an adjacent and a hypotenuse, that's going to be the inverse cosine of x equals 8 over 11. So let's try that one. Where is it? Trig, inverse of cosine, 8 divided by 11. And we were getting 43 degrees would be the nearest degrees. So the measure of the angle is 43 degrees. All right, for this one right here, they are giving us opposite over adjacent, so that's tangent. So we're going to say the inverse tangent of 20 over 37 equals 28 degrees. And this one right here, they're giving us adjacent over hypotenuse, adjacent over hypotenuse. So we know that's going to be the inverse of cosine for 18 over 23. And that's going to give us 39 degrees. So what we just found out is this angle is approximately 39 degrees. I went ahead and did one number 5 also. You can check your work, try that one and check your work here, and then let's review what we learned yesterday. So this time they are giving us the angle, and they're giving us an opposite, and they're giving us an adjacent. They're giving us 11 over x. So we are going to say that's tangent. So tangent of 39 degrees equals 11 over x. So remember how we're going to solve for x. We're going to multiply it here and here. This one crosses out. And then this, we divide on both sides to cancel that out. I'll put it here. This is going to look messy, but I'll just rewrite it one more time. So we have this divided by this. Let's get the calculator out. Okay, here I'm going to do another one since I know that these X's on the bottom confuse you. So we have 58. We have opposite over adjacent. So opposite over adjacent is TOA, tangent. So the tangent of 51 equals 8 over X. And I just wanted to show you the trick that you can just switch these two around and you will get the same thing. So we're going to put X on this side and put the tangent of 51 on the bottom. Do the calculator. And we're going to do 8 divided by 8. The tangent of 51. And we're going to get 6.5. All right, let's go into some more things. Okay, one more using the inverse function. We don't know x. We do know we have a hypotenuse and we have an adjacent. We have an adjacent and a hypotenuse, so that's cosine. So we'll do the inverse cosine of 14 over 22. And that is 51 degrees. All right, now I'm going to skip over to some of these application questions and let's look at this. Okay, a ladder leaning against a wall. So here will be our wall. Here's our ladder. Makes an angle of 75 degrees with the ground. Right here, you know that's a right angle right there. If the foot of the ladder is 6 feet from the base of the wall, so this is 6 feet. 6 feet, 75 degrees. What is the length of the ladder? So this is what we want to know right here. We want to know the length of the ladder. We know it's 75 degrees, and so we know that we are given 75 degrees equals, and we've got adjacent and hypotenuse, so that's going to be cosine of the adjacent over the hypotenuse. Remember to switch these around. So we've got this portion, the length of the ladder is approximately 23.2 feet. Okay, here we have Jaden flying a kite. All right, let's fly a kite. 275 is the amount of string. The kite is 150 from the ground. 150 from the ground. What angle does it make from the ground? So what angle does it make from the ground is what we want to know. So we don't know that, so that means we're going to have to use an inverse feature. And we do know we have opposite, and we do know we have hypotenuse. So we're going to use inverse sine 150 over 275, and that will give us inverse sine 150 over 275. The measure of the angle is approximately 33 degrees.